Yes, we are early tonight, or today. A little bit early. Kind of an adjusted schedule today. We'll be starting soon. Okay, everybody, we will get started. How's everybody doing? Welcome to our live stream. We are on at a different time. We're early today. I have some things to do this afternoon. It's a bit of a busy Sunday for me. So I hope you don't mind that we started a little early today. It's great to see everybody on here, and hopefully some our regular folks who usually join us won't miss the show. I do see some of our regulars on here already. And once again, I'm trying to make sure my sound is okay. So let me know if there's any issues with the sound. If you can't hear me, or I'm too loud, or I'm not loud enough, I'll try to adjust some of that. So welcome everybody. I'm gonna if you are new, my name is Dr. Selfridge. Welcome to our weekly show. What we do is I have some instruments here. I answer your questions. If you're watching, that probably means you are interested in band instruments. Maybe you are maybe you're playing in beginner band. Maybe you're just getting started, or maybe you are. We also have some folks who are out of school. We have adults who are learning, working on instruments and asking questions. So it's me. Shania says, oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start bringing up some comments, because we always love our comments. And some of our friends are already checking in to help us out with the sound, and we're gonna highlight some of these. So let's go to let's see here. Let's get this going. Bloop. There we go. And we have Leah, who has checked in and said the sound is good, and it's me, Shania, checked in and said the sound is good. So thank you for that. Let me move this over a little bit. There we go. Cool. So hi everybody. Yeah, feel free to go ahead and start putting some questions in the chat. So again, this week we have Dennis and Teresa, who are in the chat room helping us out, highlighting some questions. And my laptop, if you can believe it, my main laptop went out of commission last week. I had to send it in to get repairs, and then my other laptop also is having problems. So I'm using my laptop from school, and so once again we weren't able to have Dennis online today on the air. But Dennis is in the chat room, so make sure you guys say hello to Dennis and Teresa, and any questions you might have, go ahead and put them in there. Let's jump into some questions. So hello to Shrek, and hello to Mia Ann, and who else is here? Here's a question from, of course, Mike is here. Lewis is here. Let's see. Okay, here's a question from, let's bring in, this looks like someone new. I don't think I've seen this person here before. So if you are new, thanks for being here. Habet. Hi, how can I make a good sound on jet sax? So I'm not sure what you mean by jet, but I can tell you how to make a good sound on the sax. So the key to a good sound on any instrument, the key to a good sound on any instrument is a few things, but the main thing is your embouchure. And do we have any people out there who can spell the word embouchure? You could put it in the chat. Embouchure is a French word. It's of French origin. And I don't know the literal translation, but what it means is the way you shape your lips and your mouth when you play your instrument, to properly play the instrument. So on saxophone, we make our lips like the letter O, okay? So saxophone's different from clarinet. It's very similar because they both have reeds, but for saxophone, we make our lips in the shape of O, and your bottom lip should have little lines in it because your bottom lip kind of gets scrunched. I wish I had, You guys ever seen those kind of bags that have just a string, and you close it like this, and it's a drawstring, and the bag closes up like that when you pull the string, a drawstring, and then it all kind of gets these wrinkles in it because it closes. That's what your bottom lip should look like. Okay, and then in addition to that, your bottom lip is it's kind of all kind of bunched up like a drawstring, and it gets kind of, you should make it kind of firm, like you're flexing your muscle of your bottom lip, and it goes over your bottom teeth like a firm mattress. And that's where your reed is going to go. Your teeth, your firm, sort of wrinkled bottom lip, and then the rest of your lips are like an O. O, and your top teeth go directly on top of the mouthpiece. Bottom lip, top teeth. The reason we do that is because we want to have control of the reed, not just from your bottom lip, but from the sides. Okay? It's like a U shape, controlling the reed. And that gives you a good sound. If your lips are too flat and you squish the reed, you get a real sort of not vibrant sound. You get sort of a dead sound that's a little, it doesn't sound open. It sounds closed and tense. Okay, so there's a great question, and that's how you make a good sound. So there's our alto sax. Let's go to another great question here. Shrek is a Legend is checking in and says, I'm starting school again tomorrow and so nervous. So Shrek, what has you nervous? Is it just, yeah, tell us what has you nervous. I mean, sometimes just starting off something new after not doing it for a while, you get kind of, maybe a good kind of nervous. You're kind of excited for what's happening. So I'm sure you're going to be fine though. But let us know. Let us know when are you going to have band class at school? Let us know if you have band class at school. We're going to say hi to Cameron and Lena. Thank you, Lena. Lena. All right. Lewis says the last time I visited was in middle school band. Hey, all right, Luca. So Lewis, I do remember you. And has it been that long? Maybe it was last year during the COVID year you were here. And now you're a freshman in the top band. That is quite an accomplishment. Lewis, tell us what instrument you're playing in the top band. Are you playing alto sax? I see you have a saxophone in your on your avatar there, and it also says practice, which I've seen the if you guys see his avatar there, it says practice only on days that end with the letter Y. You get it? That means every day. So Lewis, let us know if you're playing alto sax or tenor sax or maybe even bari sax. Okay. Here's a great question from It's Me. Is it Shania? My clarinet makes no noise when I blow on it. It sounds airy. This is a very common beginner issue. Okay, so thank you for this question. A couple things to check. Here's my reed. I would say, number one, make sure before you play, you wet your reed. A dry reed will sound airy because it won't vibrate the way it's supposed to. So what I tell my students is put the thin end of the reed in your mouth, not the thick end, but the thin end in your mouth, just on top of your tongue. Close your mouth. Kind of let it. I usually tell my students to put it in your mouth while you put your clarinet together. By the time your clarinet's put together, your reed is ready to go. Okay, and then you want to make sure your reed is put onto the mouthpiece properly. It should be lined up straight, and the top of the reed should line up perfectly with the top of the mouthpiece. It shouldn't be too low like this. See, there's like you can see a lot of the black at the top of the mouthpiece. That's too low, and it shouldn't be too high. It shouldn't be sticking out over top like that. That's not correct as well. So bring it down perfectly straight. All right. So your reed is straight. You've moistened your reed so it's wet. Your reed is straight. It's not chipped or old. It should be a nice, good condition reed. Ligature on carefully. Make sure we don't chip the reed. Tighten the ligature. And you should be good to go. Now, if it's still airy, you should work on your embouchure. O. Now, for clarinet embouchure, it's not quite the same as saxophone. For clarinet, we don't want a wrinkly bottom lip. We want a smooth, stretched out bottom lip over the teeth. Smooth bottom lip. Reed. firm corners. Now, if it's airy, it could be something with your reed. Like I said, make sure your reed is on straight and you've wet your reed. Your embouchure, bottom lip, or your top teeth on top of the mouthpiece, and you're using strong air. Lots of air. So hopefully that helps you. Okay? Shania. Let's go to another question. Okay? We want to say hi to, having trouble pronouncing that. I'm just going to call you Fan. Let's see. Taraji. My low D isn't working. Okay, Taraji, I'm going to assume you're talking about alto sax because alto sax has B, A, G, F, E, D. So this would be your low D. Now, there's a couple reasons a low D might not be working. Sometimes, and this honestly, this is probably the cause. Sometimes it's just a problem with your saxophone, like there's something bent or there's a key that needs to be adjusted, and the note's not working because there's air leaking where it shouldn't be leaking. Now, big question is, when you say the low D isn't working, what I want to know is how is it not working? Meaning, is it not making any sound at all? Is it squeaking? Is it going up into the high octave when you don't want it to? Those all tell you different things, okay? If it's not working at all, like it's just not really making a sound, I'm going to guess it's a problem with your saxophone because always you want to check your reed, check your embouchure. Oh. There's that low D. Oh, that's the note I just played. I know you can't quite see it. Here it is. So one thing I will say as people are going into their low notes on the saxophone, you have to make sure your embouchure is really like an O and a little bit open. O, if it's like an M and flat and you're squishing the reed like a sandwich, M, your low notes get squished and they go into the high octave like this. You guys ever heard that sound before? That's the sound of an embouchure that's too flat. It needs to be O. Or, like I said, it could be a problem with your actual saxophone. All right, let's keep going. More questions. You guys have really great questions today, so thank you. If you are new, please, first of all, if you're new, welcome. I hope you like the show. Subscribe to the channel, and that way you can get notified when my new videos come up. You can get notified when I go live, which is pretty regularly this day, Sunday. I am early today. And if you wouldn't mind, click the like button on this video right here, the little like button down there. That would be awesome. All right, I want to see that number go up. We're at 14 now, so it just helps the video get more visibility. I think I know how YouTube works. Okay. Tanner is checking in and says, I just rented a Bundy tenor yesterday. It was way bigger than alto. I love the sound. Wow, that's cool. Tenor sax, which I played my tenor saxophone yesterday. I was at a party for my cousin. My cousin had a birthday party, and his band was there, and I played my tenor saxophone. I have it upstairs. It's not here down here in my studio. But tenor saxophone is bigger than an alto. So alto is like, I don't know, like that. Oh, well, here it is. There's an alto. A tenor would kind of go out like that. It's like that much bigger. And it has a deeper sound. It's in a different key. Does anyone know? Oh, I didn't look and see. Oh, Mia spelled embouchure right. Good job, Mia. My next challenge, and so did Lena. Good job. My next trivia question is, does anyone know the difference between tenor saxophone and alto saxophone with what key they play in? So you guys know different instruments in the band, some of them transpose. A flute does not transpose. A flute plays the note exactly as we see it. So we see a C, we play a C, it's a C on the piano. But a alto sax is in the key of blank. A tenor sax is in the key of blank. And let me know if you know that answer. Put it in the chat. let's go to some more questions. Okay. Mike, our good friend Mike. Thank you, Mike. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw off your schedule. I know we're early tonight. All right. So Mike is asking about the circle of fourths: B sharp, E sharp, A sharp, D sharp. Now, all right. So B, E, A, D, G. So Mike, I'm hesitating because when you wrote B sharp, E sharp, we typically don't think B sharp and E sharp because a B sharp is the same as a C, right? I don't want to be confusing here, but B sharp is actually a C. E sharp is actually just an F. So if you're asking me how to play, maybe you probably if you're asking the part of the circle that goes B E A, yeah, I don't know, I'm a little confused. B E A D G C F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat is F sharp. Yeah, so if on the circles that I use, we don't call them B sharp and E sharp because it's just easier just to write C and F. And I would show you on my computer, but I can't even switch over my screen because of my technology today. But does that make sense? I'm looking for maybe a piece of paper I could show you. B, E, A, D, G. But I will tell you, okay, I'm just going to answer your question. B sharp is a C. E sharp is an F, right? A sharp is the same as B flat. So it's A with that key. 1, 2, and the bottom side key. And then D sharp is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this right here. It's the same as E flat. So hopefully that answered your question, and I wasn't just really confusing there. All right. Here's a great question on trumpet. I'm so glad we have a trumpet question because we don't get a lot of trumpet questions, all right? So trumpet question. Why can't I hit the high B flat on my trumpet? So poggers, I'm going to guess the B flat. First of all, if you could tell me, poggers, how long have you been playing trumpet? Because I'm going to guess that you're talking about the B flat that's on the third line in the staff. When you get into high school and beyond, we're playing even an octave higher than that. But I'm going to guess you're talking about this B flat right here. So if we have a low C, no fingers, we go up the scale. You guys know that any scale you play ever just follows the letters of the musical alphabet. So C, what's one higher than C in the alphabet? It's a D, right? So we go C, D. What's next after D in the alphabet? E. What comes after E? F. What comes after F? G. Do you guys know what happens in the musical alphabet when you hit G? Because we don't have, in music, we don't have notes that are called H, I, J, K. They don't exist in music. What do we do when we hit G? The next note higher is A. We start over again at A. Now we're at the note, I think, poggers, that you're asking about, B flat. Now, as we go higher and higher on the trumpet, we have to think firmer and firmer with the muscles that we're flexing in our lips. Mr. Walton, who has done a lot of my trumpet videos, talks about the grip. It's sort of like you're gripping a little bit harder with your lips. Okay? Think about fast air. Think about your lips are going to be vibrating faster. Okay? So low note. Also for low note, I think the inside of my mouth is a little bit more open, like you're saying aw. Say aw and imagine like there's a little ping pong ball on your tongue. Aw. And then get rid of the ping pong ball and think E. Your jaw closes a little bit. Aw, E. Aw, E. As you're going lower, you're thinking more aw. As you're going higher, you're thinking more E. It shouldn't be a huge change. Like your mouth shouldn't be going like that. That's wrong. Very small movements. Here we go. Low note. I'm going to jump to the G, which is the same valves. Now I'm going to go to this B flat you were asking about. Ba. My lips are firmer. My air is going fast. I'm also visualizing the note, the sound of the note in my head. Ba. Right? It really helps to have the sound of the note in your head. All right, let's keep going. Great questions, everybody. Okay. Yes. So, Mickey, you are correct. I usually start at 3 p.m. My time. I apologize. Like I said, I'm on a little bit early today because I have some appointments later on this afternoon. So I'm starting a little early. Okay, so Shrek is checking in. I'm happy. I'm meeting my friends again. What makes me nervous is that I have new teachers that I've never met in my life. Yeah, that would make me a little bit nervous too, and that's okay. So I think what you should, the best thing to do is just try to keep an open mind when you're meeting new teachers. And most teachers, all the teachers that I know, really want you to be successful in school. And so different teachers have different styles. You just have to kind of get to know your new teachers, learn what their style of teaching is, and then do your best to sort of get along with that style of teaching. And I'm sure you'll be fine. So here we go. Let's go to, yep, Jacque, hopefully you just heard my answer to that question. Mia Ann says, when I get to senior year, I'm going to join the band and play clarinet. Oh, so Mia Ann, you're not currently in band. Is that just for you can't fit it in your schedule or you don't have the time? But that's good. You're going to join your senior year. Clarinet's one of my favorite instruments. Okay, Jamie, this is a great question. Jamie, I hope you're still watching. I'm in band class and I play the flute and I can't blow long enough to last a whole song. I have the perfect video for you on my channel. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's called How to Hold a Long Note on the Flute. Something like that. I'm going to Google it real quick. I'm going to YouTube it real quick. And the question is, let's see. I'll find it. Here it is. It's called How to Play Flute Long Notes and Not Get Dizzy, right? Because the big thing with beginner flutes is you know why you run out of air? It's because flute players control the amount of air that comes out of their lips here. And if you're letting out too much air, all your air is going out very quickly and you can't hold a long note. And then when you breathe back in, out, in very quickly, you get over oxygen. What is it? I think they call it hyperventilated. You get too much oxygen in your blood. And that makes you lightheaded, okay? So lips together like you're saying M, and then when you blow for your flute notes, you just let the tiniest stream of air through the middle of your lips. This is called your aperture, the hole in the middle of your lips. Can you hear that sound? That's the sound of the tiny little airstream. Watch. I'm going to play an F. It just takes the tiniest amount of air just aimed at just the right spot. A lot of beginner flute players will do this. Hear that? Way too much air is coming out. It's way too big of a hole here. So, tiny little, it's like a pinhole. Okay? So, work on that. See if that helps. Oh, Honey Dreams is going to post a trivia question. Sure, go ahead. I'm a little behind on the chat, but go ahead. Y King is from Sri Lanka. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I think you're probably a new viewer we haven't seen before, so thanks for checking in, and thank you for that compliment. Let's see. Okay, thank you, but do you have to blow hard? Yes. For clarinet, you do have to do strong air. Pretty strong. And the stronger you send that air, the louder your note is going to be. Although sometimes you want to play softer, you still keep strong air, but it's like you're not letting as much of it go. Still has to be strong air, but you're not letting as much of it out. It's like sort of holding your breath a little bit. It's that feeling. So I'm going to play loud. I'm going to lessen the amount the amount of air that I'm sending, and my note's going to get softer. Listen. Get pretty loud there if you use a lot of air. Okay, so let's continue on. Another great question coming. We're going to say hi to Renan Carmago from Brazil. Choro Music. Okay, is that your channel? Pretty cool. Let's see. All right, let's do this. This is the first song request I've gotten today. 10 for Ninja Go. By the Fold on Flute. 2021 is Ninja Go's 10th anniversary. Iron Lake set. Okay, let's see. I'm going to look this one up. 10 Ninja Go. 10 Ninja Go. I don't know what the Fold is. Is the band called The Fold? Oh, here it is. Let's listen to it. Legos. Got Legos going on here. Lego Ninja Go. Okay. All right, I'm smiling because this song has a nice, straightforward, simple melody so far that I can teach you pretty quickly. Da 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 da. I don't know what key they're in. I have to figure that out first. Okay, so they're in G major. That's do. All right, and the melody is da 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 da. So for flute, G G A A G. Let's listen. Okay, here we go. You guys can hear that, right? Okay, da da. I think it starts on a D. D G. Keep listening. Same. Now this is different. Now we're ready to go. D D G G A B G A. Okay, so I'm going to play those four phrases for you real quick. The first three are the same. Different. There's the beginning, and hopefully that'll get you started. You can figure out the next part, which is probably going to be pretty similar. Same. Little different. Same. Same as the fourth phrase. All right, I'll teach you that. Da 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 da. That's a high D. D D D D D D B A. I'm going to stop there because it would take me a while to teach you the whole thing, but hopefully that's a little bit of a start and it's kind of fun. Okay, Mike, how do you trill on saxophone? How do you do a growl? Wow, guys, can you see? So I'm I'm just looking at my tan line here. From band camp, being outside for band, my arms have gotten very tan, and then it's like, whoop, my normal sort of super non-tan skin. All right, so let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, how do you trill on saxophone? How do you do a growl? So that's two questions. Trill generally means to go start on the note that's given and go one note higher and go back and forth very quickly. So say you have an A written and it has a TR trill on top of it. That means you play the A and then you go to the B like this. So whatever the note is written, you go back and forth between that written note and the note one letter higher. Okay, A to B, B to C, whatever it is. Now, how to do a growl? A growl is when you actually, there's different ways of doing it. I like to do the version where you use your vocal cords and you're humming a note. So, okay, so let's just hum a note. Feel your vocal cords vibrating. Now, normally when you play an instrument, you never have your vocal cords vibrating. Some kids try to do that and it makes a really weird sound. We don't want that. But sometimes in like rock or jazz, we do it to get this special growling effect. I'm going to play. Oh, that happens to be the note I was humming. You don't have to hum the same note, but I'm just going to hum a random sound and make my B have a growl. You can hear it probably because my throat is right at the microphone. It sounds kind of weird. That's that sound. And guitar players get that sound on their amplifiers by hitting the distortion. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling. I'm going to be wrapping this up, everybody, in about 10 minutes, okay? So I want to get to more questions and requests. Y King says, I teach lessons for my children, and it's good. Keep it up. Thank you very much. That's great. Y King, maybe you could tell me what instruments do you teach? That would be interesting to know. Look at all these comments. My goodness, I'm going to try to get to as many as I can. Moon says, I have a band and a bigger on flute. I'm getting good at it and watching your video while I practice. Awesome. That's great. Jenny got the right answer, and I think some other people were answering my trivia question from earlier. So tenor sax is in B flat. Yep, Mike got it too. Jenny got it. Alto is in E flat. Tenor is in B flat. Do you guys know what that means? A couple people answered it. Lena got it. Lewis got it. It means whatever the name of the instrument is, like if you say alto sax is in the key of E flat, here's what that means. This helped me a lot when I learned this. Do you guys know this already? What does that mean? It's in the key of E flat. What it means is when you put your fingers to play a C on the alto sax, so I'm playing an alto sax C, what is actually coming out is a piano E flat. If you played a piano, that would be an E flat. So that's why we say the saxophone is in the key of E flat. We say the clarinet is in the key of B flat, because when you play what a clarinet player thinks is a C, in my head I'm playing a C on the clarinet, what's actually coming out is a B flat on the piano. Piano, that's a B flat. That's why we call it a B flat clarinet. That's a really great trick or a great way for remembering what transpositions mean. Okay, how to arrange pieces for brass band. So Y King is asking me that. That's a question that, well, actually, that relates to transposition, because you need to know the transpositions of the different instruments you're arranging for. I'll give you a quick couple of tips on arranging for brass band. It's just like arranging for any ensemble. You need to know what instruments you're going to write for, how many there will be. So will there be 4 different instruments? Will there be 6 different instruments? And then how they transpose. So you got to know that. Then you would basically, whatever song you're doing, you would want your lowest instrument to play the bass line. So whatever the bass player would play in the band, or a tuba, then your highest voices would usually play the melody, whatever the melody is. The middle voices would play chords to support the melody, and you might change it up. You might give the lower voices the melody at some parts, but that's the general idea. That's a really quick, like couple of quick tips. I hope that was helpful. Tom. Okay. Tom, thank you for that very kind reminder. Let's look for this. Gabriel's, and I like you reminded me what instrument you wanted it on. That's very important. Gabriel's oboe, sheet music, and I would show you on my laptop what I'm doing, but I don't have my connector, the correct connector that I need. Here we go. I found this video. Let's give it a little listen here. I wonder if I can switch over. I bet I can. I could take up this. Okay, so this is the song. This is what we're looking at. Is that too loud? So, all right. So if I was going to play this, I would need to transpose it, and that can be a little tricky, because for clarinet, I'd have to take everything up a step. Let's go back here, and let's just look at the beginning again. Okay. Ba-da-da-da-da. So that's A, B, A, G, A. So for clarinet, we'd play, you take it up a step. You know what? I'll tell you what. There's a lot of notes here. I'm going to see if I can find it for clarinet. Let's just see what happens. See if I get lucky. Ooh, look at this. They have it for clarinet quartet. This is nice. It didn't change. So I would recommend this to you, Tom. This video is called Gabriel's Oboe for Clarinet Quartet. And you can look this up and you can play it. You can, looks like you can download and purchase the score. But that's pretty cool. So thank you for that request. That's a great request. Let's go back to, we're going to be finishing up soon. But let's get a couple more questions. Okay, Lewis is checking in on helping out with arranging. That's a great answer there. Oh, and as we get close to wrapping up, everybody, Teresa or Terry always puts in any new viewers that we find here on the show. If you're new, we try to catch you and thank you for being here in the chat. And if for some reason you're new and we missed your name, we apologize. But we just want to make everyone feel welcome. Just let us know. There we go. Yep. So yes, Mike. B, E, A, D, G, C, F. Okay, so ready? B, first finger. E, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. A, 1, 2. D, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. G, 1, 2, 3. C, F. Now B flat is A with the side key. A with this side key down here, this bottom side key. B flat. E flat is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, pinky, top pinky. A flat is 1, 2, 3, pinky right here. And D flat is no fingers, right? And then you're back at G flat or F sharp. G flat / F sharp is 1, 2, 3, middle finger. Now, I know I went through that pretty quick, but this will upload when it's finished, and maybe you can skip to this part in the video and you can pause it. Okay. Oh, I am behind on my comments. I was talking about B flat like a long time ago. So you were talking about the super high B flat, like way up there. So actually it's the same principle though, poggers. It's the same principle. It's the firmness of your grip. It's also, when you're getting higher, has a lot to do with your tongue, the shape of your airstream. We call it the voicing. Think of your tongue really being up in that E. Now, actually, me not being a trumpet player primarily, I am not really great above. I top out about the top of the staff because I don't practice trumpet every day. G, that's kind of like the top of my usable range, but first valve, I can squeeze it out, but it's not really a good sounding B flat. So I would say just continue to work on your long tones, working your way up the scale, and I'm sure you'll get it if you just keep working on it. Okay, our school is a small school in Sri Lanka. We don't know more about it. We need to learn the composing part. Okay, okay. Composing or the transposing? Maybe Viking, if you could let me know what instruments you are arranging for. Let me know exactly what instruments are in your band. Trumpet, baritone, trombone. Double tonguing. Now, double tonguing is something I haven't done a lot of. I know the technique of it. Double tonguing is you use the front of your tongue for the first note, and you use the back of your tongue for the second note, like the syllable ta ka. The K, so it's T-A or T-O, tuku tuku, or ta. T-A-K-A, taka taka, or T-O-O-K-O-O, tuku 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 tu. I don't do it a whole lot. I know trumpet players really work on it. Best advice I would say is start slow with a metronome and slowly increase your speed, and don't increase your speed past the point where it sounds clean and nicely done. So if it's starting to sound sloppy, like let's see here. I haven't worked on it a whole lot, but that was double tongue. I was going tuku 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 tuku. It's a muscle coordination thing that just takes time, like days and days and weeks. Just keep working on it. All right. Let's keep rocking. All right. I like you guys helping each other out in the chat. That's really cool. I appreciate that. Thank you. I just want to. Oh, here we go. So banana. Did I already answer this question? I answered this question for someone else. I don't know if you were here. Long notes on the flute. Watch my video called How to Play the Flute and Not Get Dizzy. Basically, you make sure you're not letting a lot of air out of your lips. Imagine like you have a tiny little coffee straw, and that's the only air that can come out of your lips. Focus that at the exact right place, and you can hold a note for a long time. Watch. and I'm just starting to run out of breath. It's not like I can breathe any deeper than you. I'm conserving my air here. I'm taking a deep breath and I'm letting it out in just the right amount to get a sound. Mia Ann, to be honest, I play flute as a hobby. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, that'll be fun. Is your senior year next year, Mia Ann? I know we have a lot of questions. I'm gonna go super speed. Super speed through the comments. Oh, Lewis is coming in with the great answers. Yeah, breathing exercises are good. Jamie plays flute in band. Okay, real quick for Mike, I'm going to play a request here. I do Take 5 a lot, so I'm going to play Take the A Train. I'm going to use a play-along track. How about that? Take the A Train backing track. So I'm going to old YouTube. All right. Take the A Train. Let's try this one. Boom, ba, 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 do. I'm gonna find a faster one. Is this faster? Yep. Oh, it's so quiet. We turned up. Here we go. There. So there we go. That was from Mike using a play-along track on YouTube. All right. Real quick finish up here. Honey Dreams. Oh, Honey Dreams trivia question. Did anyone get this answer? Alaterka? I know this one. Okay. Pogger's talking about air. Good stuff. Hello, Jacobo. Honey Dreams. Did anyone get the answer to Honey Dreams' question? Who composed a Rondo Alaterka? It's, I'll give you a hint. Here's the answer. If anyone knows the answer, here's a big hint. I'm going to not be able to do any more requests because I'm going to be wrapping up right about now. So we wanted Dear Evan Hansen, Avengers. Bring those requests next week, please. Imperial March. I talked a little bit about double tonguing. Okay, Chris just got back from football. Yes, please watch later. Awesome. Oh, real quick. How do you transpose flute to clarinet? Every note that's written for the flute, you would play at one whole step higher. So a C on flute becomes a D on clarinet. A D on flute is an E on clarinet. An E on flute is an F sharp on clarinet, and so forth. So Mike's alarm just went off that for the real time I'm supposed to start. Sorry. I want to answer this question before I go. Can I explain, me, how to use your tongue to stop notes on the clarinet? My band teacher did, but I can't seem to understand. Okay. So first off, I want to say 99% of the time or more, 99.99% of the time, we do not want to stop our notes with our tongue. If you're playing in a concert band classical style, the tongue only starts the note. The tongue does not stop the note. Okay? Now, you can ask your band teacher if there's a special reason they want you to stop the note with your tongue. In jazz, sometimes we do it, but really, check with your band teacher and make sure you're understanding what they want you to do, because we don't stop the note with the tongue. So a note should be like this. T at the beginning, ah for the sound, and then the air stops here. We stop the air from our lungs, and that stops the note. So watch me. Ta. I didn't close off my mouth. I didn't put my tongue on the reed. Ta. It's like you're turning off your air at your lungs. So all I did was stop my air. And you keep your embouchure steady too, because you don't want your sound to go. You don't want it to go off at the end. Stay with your embouchure. Just stop the air. So check with your teacher on that, okay? Make sure you're understanding what your teacher wants there. I get a lot of requests here. Funky Town, more requests. Tayane wants some pointers on clarinet. Oh, well, Tayane, I just gave a pointer on clarinet. Hopefully that helped you. All right. Here we go. Quick for Tayane or Tayana. B or B flat. Now it depends which B or B flat you want. Low B is here. Low B flat is here. Got it? Low B, middle finger. It's 1, 2, 3. It's your thumb. 1, 2, 3. Second finger for B. First finger for B flat. And then, if you want to go into the higher notes, if you're a beginner, you're probably not in your higher notes yet. So it's B, B flat. When I was a beginner, I used to try to play this song when I learned how to play B and B flat. That was fun. I always like to do that. Okay. And I promised Emirhan, hit the road, Jacque. Hit the road, Jacque. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jacque. Let's see, what key is it in? Hit the road, Jacque. Let's listen to the original. How about that? I'm going to see what key Ray Charles plays it in. Let's see. That's a pretty good key. Okay, so we are in for alto sax. We are in F minor. F. So if you want to play that beginning part, F, E flat, D flat, C, or C sharp. F, E flat, D flat, C. So we go. And then hit the road, Jacque, ba da da da, C. So we're going to base it all off of like F, A flat, B flat, C, E flat. It's based off of the F minor pentatonic scale. Ready? F, A flat, B flat, C, E flat, F. Okay, we start on C. I know it's going to be super speed because I'm almost out of time. I am out of time, but that's okay. Hit the road, Jacque. C, A flat, B flat, A flat, F. C, C, C. Let me sing it in the right key. C, C, F, F, A flat, F. It's kind of high for me to sing. C, C, F, F, A flat, F. So, hit the road, Jacque. So, there is the short version. of me teaching it. If you're able to take the notes that I showed you and use your ear to figure out each individual note, use that F minor pentatonic. F, A flat, B flat, C, E flat, F. And then it goes up to the A flat. All right. Whoa, a lot of comments on behind. Yes, I had some people asking why I don't post more. We just started marching band at school, and it's been so busy. I'm so busy at school, it's crazy. So I'm trying to get more videos posted. So I'll just have to try to do that for you guys. So yes, Dr. Selfridge Music. That's the channel you're on right now if you're watching this. Oh, cool. Jillian's got a ukulele channel. Yes, Tiana, I just talked about that, you know. All right. So, folks, I have to get going. Yes, Honey Dreams, the answer is Mozart. Good trivia question. Mozart, right here. He wrote Rondo Alaterka. That's the song. So as I get going here, everybody, when you see my ending screen, it looks like this. You can see how you can reach out to me. You can follow me on social media, Dr. Selfridge Music at Gmail. It's YouTube at Dr. Selfridge Music, and you can find me if you're on Instagram. I put up things about my school and fun stuff like that. So, all right. So we're getting ready to wrap up. Sorry for anyone who I did not get to your questions. I tried to answer as many as I can. How long have I been playing alto sax? I started in actually alto sax, if you want to be particular about it, I started on tenor sax in 10th grade, and I didn't start alto sax until college, or no, senior year, 12th grade. So folks, it is about time to go. Thank you for being here. We are here every Sunday, usually at 3 p.m. I'll let you know if the time changes, okay? But we should be on track for next week, okay, everyone? So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Teresa and Dennis in the chat. Joe is usually here, but he had this volunteer, this great volunteer thing that he does, so he was busy doing his volunteering. And thanks everyone for being here. Make sure you subscribe, click like on this video. I appreciate it. And make sure you practice. Practice at home. Bring your questions and your requests next week. Sorry if I didn't get to your question or your request today. And I'll see you soon. See you in about a week. Bye-bye, everybody.